Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Friday the 3rd of November 2023. In today's Millwall news, we're going to start off with the latest odds for the manager as is. So looks like standout candidate Nathan Jones, 1 to 4 on, 1 to 3 on, a bet Victor. And the next closest one is Kevin Muscat with Sky Bet at 11 to 2, which is 5.5 to 1. And then we've got Michael Bill at 6 to 1s, Joe Edwards at 9s and 10s. There are rumours going around. There's loads of rumours going around, but the main one is that it has been offered to Nathan Jones and they're now just negotiating the contract. So Millwall seemingly want him to be the next manager, but can the deal get done? There are some rumours as well that maybe it can't get done because Nathan Jones is insisting on a release clause. What type of release clause? We don't know. Surely one that benefits him and doesn't benefit Millwall, and apparently Millwall are not keen on that. So I'm assuming it's probably for a very low fee. It's probably maybe if a Premiership team comes in for him. I don't know, but yeah, apparently Millwall not too keen. So yeah, you go. But like I said, they're only rumours. But what do we actually know? Well, we know the price is very short, very short compared to the others. But we have got some details coming out here from londonnewsonline.co.uk. South London Press's online website. Millwall managerial search closing in on a climax. Oh, with appointment likely next week. So Monday then. Millwall are close to reaching a climax in their managerial search with Nathan Jones and Joe Edwards, both front runners for the job. Former QPR and Rangers boss Michael Bill has also advanced through the process. So basically, without telling us, he's telling us they had the initial round of interviews where we know they spoke to 10 people. They either spoke to or approached 10 people. Then they had the second round. So they had a short list and they spoke to a second round. So I think we're getting the news kind of delayed. So obviously they had the second round this week, and they're telling us here that the second round involved Nathan Jones, Joe Edwards, and Michael Bill. Okay, so that was a short list of 3. So we had a 10 list of 10 names. We whittled that down to 3. Well, they whittled us down. Apparently, there were other rumours going around about we tried to approach Ryan Mason. He just buffed it off. Other things as well, but so yeah, the Lions cut their short list of candidates and look set to have Gary Rowett's successor in place next week. And the former Luton Town and Southampton boss Jones is keen, and the 50-year-old was interviewed for a second time on Wednesday. Hard facts there, hard facts. So that was 2 days, like I said, 2 days ago. The former Charlton under-21 coach has been out of work since being dismissed by the Saints in February. Jones looks a good fit for Millwall, putting together a high-tempo and aggressive Luton Town side, which, if replicated, should get the seal of approval from the South London club's fan base. The Hatters won automatic promotion from League 2 in 2018 before he joined Stoke City. Jones returned to Luton in May 2020 and was named Championship Manager of the season in the following campaign as they lost in the playoff semi-finals. The Welshman had a win percentage of 51.2% before quitting for Southampton in November 2022. Mill have also considered going down the route of appointing a young up-and-coming coach, which is where Edwards comes into contention. He cut his teeth in Chelsea's academy for 2 decades. That's 20 years before being promoted into Frank Lampard's backroom staff in 2019 and stayed on to assist Thomas Tuchel as the Blues won the Champions League in 2021. Edwards, 37, was appointed England under-20 head coach in August. So if he's been in Chelsea's academy as a coach for 20 years and he's 37, he started when he was 17. Damn, Man and boy. He's been a coach, man and boy. Adam Barrett, who has been in caretaker charge since Rout exit, is also under consideration for the permanent job. The former Southampton United and Crystal Palace defender will once more be at the helm for the visit of Southampton to sold out then tomorrow. So we have a short list of 4: Barrett, Edwards, Bill, and Nathan Jones. Okay. John Eustace had been a contender for Millwall's vacancy, but is understood to be settled in the Midlands. Bristol City and Derby County have been linked with Eustace, who was recently sacked by Birmingham City. So yeah, there you go. Some concrete information. We now know who is on the shortlist. But like I said, this is 2 days behind because the interview was on Wednesday. So if they had the second round of interview, all of them on Wednesday, maybe they didn't. Maybe they had one on Thursday. It would make sense that they have then whittled that down to one, offered it to them, and now they're talking about the details of the contract. And he's like, they're offering the money. He's like, oh, is that bonuses, company car, all that shit. Coaches, you can't fire the coaches you've got until the end of the season. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see if the deal can get done, because it seems, judging by the betting and the strong rumours going around, that it was offered to Nathan Jones. So that's out of the way. Got it out of the way first. We now move on to some pre-match interviews and then pre-match discussion ahead of tomorrow's game versus Southampton. Now, moving on to this. So obviously, South London Press, London News Online, they publish on Friday. On Fridays, they put up these long-form interviews with players, and they're usually quite informative. So, Casper Ninor's reaction to being nicknamed the Deptford De Bruyne by Millwall supporters. Was it? I imagine it's like, where the fuck? What does that mean? And then it's like, oh, where is that? I hope they didn't take him down there, because it's seen better times, hasn't it? Poor old Deptford. Casper De Norre is aware that he's become a firm favourite with Millwall fans, even though he does not control his own social media, writes Richard Corley. The Belgian midfielder, signed from Hout Heavily Leuven in the summer, has been dubbed the Deptford De Bruyne by sections of the Lions support. I've heard that on my Twitter account, that there was a lot of interaction, but I'm not doing my account. It is my agents to do that, De Norre told the South London Press. Sometimes they just send me something through to show what they're saying about me. It's nice to read good stuff, but in the end, I don't really like to put too much time into social media and comments. When it's going good, it's fine, but when it's maybe going a little bit bad, and it can be the other way around. Of course, I've always felt the love from fans. It's great. When you're younger and initially come to the first team, then you want to know what everyone is saying about you. But when you get a little bit more experience, then you know in careers you have good spells and spells that are a little less so good. You need to focus on yourself, your teammates, and what the manager's saying, rather than the outside world, because it can change quickly. For your own mental state, I think it's best to keep yourself under control, down to earth, and keep working hard. I always give the best for myself for the team in every single game, so I think that's what the fans love about me. I saw the stuff about the nickname, and it's just the fact we are both from Belgium and our names have a bit of a comparison, but I think he's way better player than me, for sure. De Norre leads the way for accurate passes and second for chances created in the Millwall squad. I'm a player who likes to have the ball and touch the ball a lot, said the 26-year-old, capped at under 21 level by his country. I like to control the pace of the game. The last month has been good for me. I've got a lot of game time, and my teammates know me a little bit better now. I can give Casper the ball, even if he is a little under pressure, he will do something with it. The passing game is one of my biggest strengths. Have I had a couple of good games? I'm very happy. If I put a number on my start here at Millwall, I would say 7 out of 10. I've adapted well to the team and to the new country. I've adapted well to everything. Obviously, the results are not what we want them to be for the moment. I would like to have good performances and good results. Now, it is a little bit of a good performance and a good result is sometimes that there's, but also sometimes now. I hope we can change that. De Norre is a creative outlet for the Lions, but also wants that first goal, ideally at the 10. Hello. Tomorrow? How about tomorrow? Do you want to start tomorrow? One of the biggest frustrations my father had during my career, even when I was younger, is that I would pass the ball instead of shooting myself. I was likely to give the assist and score myself. Sometimes I should shoot more. I just hope my first goal is from outside the box, a nice goal into the top bins. If I could really picture the perfect goal, it would be like a 90th minute winner at the Den in a close game and from distance. Dinor picks out the away win at Plymouth as the highlight of his opening months with Millwall. Defeating Southampton and sold out Den this weekend would threaten to top that. They have a manager who really loves these teams to keep the ball. He did that at Swansea last season, said Dinor. We have to prepare for that, but sometimes it's not that bad if you don't have the ball that much. You can win games with 30 or 25% ball possession just by doing really good stuff with the ball when you have it. Indeed, that sounds like a winning idea. Let's do that. Let's have Dinor score tomorrow. Fantastic stuff. Screamer. Nick the ball off them while they're all pouncing around, doing sideways passing, and just smash it into the top corner. Boom. Now, moving on to the second interview from the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk. Mill defender explains why he copied Manchester United and Real Madrid legend Cristiano Ronaldo's goal celebration. Wes Harding is already in uncharted territory for goal scoring this season, and if the defender nets for a third Millwall match in succession, then his celebration will once again be Cristiano Ronaldo themed. The 27-year-old centre-back scored twice in 140 appearances for Rome United, but already has matched that in just 9 matches for the Lions, who he joined on a free transfer in the summer. Harding headed his first in a 2-1 home defeat to Blackburn Rovers last midweek and empowered George Savile's cross corner home in Saturday's 2-2 draw at Watford. On both occasions, the Arsenal fan mimicked Portuguese superstar Ronaldo's iconic celebration. Harding had never scored more than once in a campaign before this one. There are plenty of matches left to go for Millwall, so what total does he feel is obtainable? Oh, anything is possible, he told the Southampton Press. My primary aim is not to score goals, but if I'm in it and I'm around the box, then I want to do that. I was saying to someone the other day, I've got a real taste for him now. I want to score more. My aim is to defend well and win games, which I didn't happen the other day, but it was beautiful to score. Man, it felt so good. Last season I scored against Blackpool for Rotherham, and it was just a bit of banter. I don't score goals, so it isn't like I think about what I'm going to do. I just ran away. I was thinking about the last time I did it, and it just happened spontaneously. The most recent game against Watford, I thought, you know what? I'll just do the same thing again. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, so I'm not superstitious, but the celebration feels good, and I think it's got to stay. It was a perfect ball in by Sabs. It was on the money, right in the centre of the goal, and screaming for someone to attack it. We have got good delivery in the team. Watford's substitute Imran Louza was marking Harding, but lacked the physicality or height to adequately compete. The Hornets player did have a brief hold of his opponent's shirt, but quickly let go. You can only grab so much, because if it stretches it, then it's going to be a pen, said Harding. There was no way I wasn't going to wing that ball. Harding's goal against Blackburn went down as a goalkeeping error. Leopold Borstead attempted to hold the ball, but it squirmed between his legs. He was on the line. Once it went through his arms, I knew it was going in. There was no time or space for him to recover, said Harding. The day before that, we were doing attacking set pieces and I was scoring loads. I think Adamu said, you're going to score tomorrow. Stats website WhoScored.com have Millwall second for set piece goals, 7 in the Championship, a total only bettered by Cardiff with 8. Jay Cooper nearly scored from a Savile free kick at Vicarage Road before Mileta Radjovic's 92nd minute equaliser. Watford's Wesley Hote, valiant goal line clearing header, hitting the underside of the crossbar before the ball went back into open play. I was fluming, said Harding, who was lurking and ready for any scraps. Their players done really well to keep it out. I've played against Millwall, and you know they're really good at set pieces, so you have to mark and defend well. So I knew it was one of our strengths when I signed. We showed that in the last game. It's not only about being good from them offensively, we need to be good defensively at them as well. Harding needs 2 more appearances to reach 150 in the Championship. The Jamaican international knows that Mill's next boss, whether that be current caretaker Adam Barrett or an external candidate, is liable to be doing their homework on the current squad. I was at my previous club for 3 years, but 1.5 years in there, I was still trying to perform, because I didn't know if my manager could go tomorrow, he said. There's always somebody watching. That's the mindset you've got to have. Football is so unpredictable. The new manager can come in tomorrow, and I already have an opinion on you. You've always got to be representing yourself well. So I was doing that before, and I'm doing it now. I was surprised by that Gary Rowell left, but football is never 100% stable. Things chop and change so quickly. It's so unpredictable. I sent him a nice message, and we had a good conversation. I wish him all the best. He's a good man. Mill's dead ball moments could be vital tomorrow against the Southampton side, who have averaged the most possession in the league, 64.3%. Mill have averaged 43%, putting them 19th. The Lions have struggled to get their home form going since a 3-0 win over Harding's old club Rotherham. They have banked just 1 point from a possible 9 in SC16. Only QPR and Sheffield Wednesday have collected fewer points on home turf. Reminder, those are the 2 teams in the relegation zone. Yikes. Oh, that isn't great, said Harding when told that stat. We've had some good performances at home, just results haven't gone our way, but of course, it's a results-based business and your home form needs to be good to climb up the table. And that's the plan from here on out, to really turn our home form around. Harding has a chance to make it a personal treble if he can make another set-piece count. You know what the celebration would be, but I'm hoping for a win at home more than anything. That's more important to me scoring, isn't it? Indeed, indeed. Any which way that we can win that game, let's do that. But yeah, Wesley Harding there. What a man. Now, moving on to this. From somethingnews.co.uk. Apparently we now know how long Joe Bryan will be out for, or could be out for, before he comes back and gets injured again. Adam Barrett reveals how long Joe Bryan could be out for and which injured Millwall players could return the Southampton clash. The Saints will provide stern opposition at the Den on Saturday, and the caretaker boss will be hoping some important players could make a return. Adam Barrett fears Joe Bryan could be missing until at least December after he picked up a groin injury last month. The fullback limped off during the 2-1 defeat to Blackburn Rovers, and Barrett said after the draw at Watford on Saturday that he believed the 30-year-old could be missing for a few weeks. Speaking at his pre-match press conference yesterday, Mill's caretaker manager said the Lions could be without Bryan for 4 to 6 weeks. He said, I think, Joe, it's a difficult one. There are a few complications with the scan, nothing too serious, but I think he's going to be out for a good 4 to 6 weeks. That's not definite, but at the moment that's probably the time scale we're looking at from the injury. In better news for Millwall, both Sean Hutchinson and Ryan Leonard have managed to return to first-team training this week. Club captain Hutchinson has been missing since September's draw at Birmingham City, while Ryan Leonard picked up a knee injury in the 2-2 draw with Hull City last month. Duncan Watmore, who also played in that game, did not make it to training and will not be available to face Southampton on Saturday. Barrett said, unfortunately Duncan's not quite ready yet, so I don't expect Duncan to be with us at the weekend. Sean and Ryan have returned to full training with the lads, so that's a great boost for us. Obviously, Sean's been out for 2.5 months and Ryan's been out for 3 or 4 weeks. So are they fully match fit? No, but it's nice to have them back in the group and get a full week's training under them and come back into contention for the weekend, which is great, and hopefully they can stay fit now and we can move forward with them. Just as interesting as to which players are available for the game is what formation the caretaker boss chooses to deploy. Barrett has arguably played 3 different systems across his 3 games in charge so far and was asked by reporters if he has a preferred formation. He said, yeah, of course, I think you have to look at what players you've got for a start, as there are certain ideas I would like to play, of course, but you have to have the right personnel to do that. But yeah, I have my ideal way of how I would like to play, but it's very hard to chuck that in straight away. We've recruited previously at the football club for a certain way, but I think you can see changes. There's been lots of positives in the game that I've been delighted with, and what we have to try and do now is keep working on them and getting better at it. And the better we get at it, the more understanding the players have, and then hopefully as a team you'll be better and stronger at it. That's what I'm looking to do. So there you go. There you go. A little sly dig at Rowett there. We've recruited previously at the football club for a certain way. I think you can see changes. So he's trying to distance himself from Gary Rowett. Because as we've just said previously, he's still in the contention for the job. He apparently, according to the Southampton press, he made the shortlist of 4 from 10. So there you go. And what else was it? Interesting as well. He's so he said here, unfortunately Duncan's not quite ready yet, so I don't expect Duncan to be with us. He didn't say Dunk. He didn't say Watty. He didn't say Moro. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? He didn't say Nizzy. He didn't say Savs. He didn't say he just uses their names like a normal human being. Oh Lord. Now we're gonna start to preview tomorrow's game now, starting with this. This is from the OS. The next 1, 2, 3, 5 stories are from millwallfc.co.uk, the club's official website. Mill will take on Southampton and Sky Bet Championship on Saturday afternoon, kick-off 3 PM in front of a packed Den crowd. So not a sellout. It didn't sell out in the end. Interesting. Maybe the travel situation is starting to catch up with people. Maybe finances. With Halloween this week. I don't know. Half term was last week as well. Maybe people saving up for Christmas. We'll see. I know. So main ticket office is Southampton collections. Season ticket collections. People still buying season tickets now in November. And membership collections. The Coldblown Lane ticket office is tickets for the Coventry home game, the Sunderland home game, the Huddersfield Town home game, purchases and collections. Sheffield Wednesday away and Ipswich Town away, purchases and collections. And still with the season ticket purchases. Oh, so you can buy a season ticket on the day if you go to the Coldblown Lane ticket office. And you can buy a membership on the day if you go to the Coldblown Lane ticket office as well. The ticket for collections window will be closed. So it is a sellout then. Where do you go to buy Southampton tickets? Oh, they didn't tell us it sold out, did they? Oh, I guess it did sell out because there's nowhere to buy Southampton tickets unless that's a typo. But yeah. So if you need to collect tickets for the game tomorrow, you need to go to the main ticket office. You want to buy tickets for anything else, you have to go around the side. Don't try and do this. Get your Southampton collection tickets and then go and then stay there and say, oh, can I get this as well? No. Collect your Southampton ticket and then bugger off around the side and collect your other tickets there. Comprende? Good. Okay. Now, before the game, this is the Remembrance Day game. Mill to mark Remembrance Day versus Southampton. So Mill's annual Remembrance Day fixture takes place at the Den on Saturday afternoon as the Lions welcome Southampton in Sky Bet Championship 3 PM kickoff. Before the action gets underway, service personnel will position themselves around the perimeter of the pitch with bugler band sergeant Tony Addy, flanked by further reef-carrying service personnel leading the teams onto the pitch. After the sides have completed their respect lineup, both teams will join the bugler and reef-carrying personnel around the centre circle before the last post will be played during a minute's silence. The silence will be ended by the referee's whistle. Once the teams have broken away for kick-off, service personnel will lay reefs behind the goals. The Lions will be wearing poppies on their shirts, I think they're stitched on, which will be auctioned from kick-off against the Saints. Because obviously they need to know who's actually playing, whose shirt you'll be buying. With all monies raised going to the Royal British Legion Poppy Appeal. Furthermore, bucket collectors will be situated outside the ground, raising funds for the Poppy Appeal. So do please dig deep. And they are selling badges. They're selling, not only they're selling poppies, they're selling poppy badges of various kinds in various places. They have a stall. So if you want to get that, you can get that there. Now, also the warm-up shirts. Here we go. Millwall warm-up tops to feature World War I heroes' names. Millwall squad will warm up for Saturday Sky Bet Championship visit of Southampton in T-shirts adorning the names of local heroes from World War One. The Lions welcome the Saints to SC16 in a blockbuster encounter, but before the action gets underway, part of the remembrance commemorations will see 20 men who resided a stone's throw from the den and fought for their country showcased. Keep an eye out for the T-shirts, which will be worn before the squad take to the field in poppy adorned tops, which are set to be match worn and signed before being auctioned off, with all proceeds going to the Royal British Legion. So that's going to be auctioned off. Is that on matchwornshirt.com as well, or is that somewhere else? I don't know. Maybe it is at the same one. Let's read more, because there's going to be more down there. So the full list of names you can see here and where they live. Ballina Road, obviously, I believe, I'm not too sure, that the road, there was a road, the Ballina Road, went down farther and it went all the way along, and obviously it got bombed during the war. Or maybe it was just like just pulled down post-war. They just had a penchant for just bulldozing poor people's homes. But I don't know what happened. And then they just left it. They turned it into a field called Senegal Fields. And then because I don't know if you know this, but the population of the London Borough of Southwark, if you follow the census, is after the war, it was going down and down and down and down and down until, guess when? Tony Blair became Prime Minister, and it went up and up, started going up and up and up and up again, as you can see with all the friendly faces we have around us as we live our lives in London. Yes. So the areas that were bombed during the war, they just left them because there was no demand for housing at the time, and it didn't come in until the 80s, 90s, and so we got lucky that at the time that we did, that we managed to get in there and get that space to build the new ground, because if we would have waited longer, it would have probably been used for massive high-rise flats that we're going to see popping up down there very shortly. So there you go. I'm not going to read all these names out. You can see them. Pause the video if you want to see them in more detail. Do you live in any of these houses? Did you live in any of these houses in the past? Are you related to any of these people? Well, there you go. World War One. Cornelius Sheehan. That's not a bad name, is it? So there you go. The full rundown of commemorations, as we've just seen. You can discover World War casualties from your area by going to cwgc.org/who lived on your street. So there you go. Now, moving on to this. Saturday's match pack sponsor, Roll Group Limited. Who's that then? Millwall's digital pack sponsor for Saturday's Sky Bet Championship visit of Southampton is Roll Group Limited. So let's find out about them. Please introduce yourself and your company. Roll Group consists of 4 divisions working in the construction, rail, utilities and highways sectors. Our divisions are traffic management, labour supply, training and occupational health. If your company could liken yourself to a Millwall player past or present, who would it be and why? Sim Cahill, who was always focused and gave 100%. He was one of the best Millwall have ever had. He would rise from nowhere to get his head on the ball. We see ourselves like him, starting from nothing and rising. We deliver 100% of our works to all our clients. How long have you followed Millwall? Do you have any special links to the club? We have been lifelong fans of Millwall. My family have also been in and around Millwall from 1930. Do you remember your experience of your first Millwall game? When was this? The first experience we can remember was back in 2002, the playoff semi-final against Birmingham City, when Stern John unfortunately scored that last minute. So, yes, that's okay. How could Millwall supporters benefit from your company's services? Supporters can benefit from our many job opportunities across all construction, rail, utilities and highway sectors, including our extensive suite of rail and construction courses. we offer in London. And you can visit Roll Group's website at rollgroup.co.uk. That is ROLE, Roll Group. So there you have it. Now, the matchday mascots for tomorrow's game. Here we go. Kerry Morley. Saturday's Junior Lions mascot is Kerry Morley. Kerry attends Chatham Grammar School for girls, and her hobbies include gymnastics, dance and football. Her favourite player is Zion Fleming. Next is Henry Pearce. He's the one at the front in the orange shirt. He's 8 years old. He attends St Mark's Primary School, and his hobbies include football, boxing and Lego. His favourite player is Zion Fleming, and he predicts a 2-0 win for Millwall on Saturday. Yes. Next up is Teddy Lane. He's also 8 years old and he goes to West Hills Primary School. Teddy's hobbies are playing football for Sutton Athletic and training with Dartford District FC, as well as playing FIFA. His favourite players remain SA, and today Teddy's prediction for the weekend is a 2-2 draw. Next up is Jake McDougall. 8-year-old Jake McDougall goes to St Bartholomew School in Swanley and he enjoys playing and watching football, swimming and playing on his PlayStation. Jake's favourite player is Zion Fleming and he hopes the Lions win 2-1 against Southampton. So he hopes that he do. He's not predicting that, so don't hold him to that. Archie Whitaker is next. He's the one on the right. He is aged 13. He attends Dagenham Park Church of England School. Archie enjoys football in escape rooms. Whilst his favourite player is Zion Fleming, he predicts that Millwall will beat the Saints 2-1. Then we have Teddy Salvage. He is 8 years old and goes to Hallstow Primary School. He enjoys football and playing FIFA and swimming. His favourite players are Zion Fleming and Tom Bradshaw. Next up is Stanley Bunce. He's 8 years old. They're all 8 years old today. A lot of 8-year-olds. He attends Lowham Church of England School. His hobbies are playing football for Staines Lammas Youth and playing with his brother Eddie. Stanley's favourite player is Jules Savigny and predicts that the Lions will win 3-1 this weekend. Next is Teddy Dickens. He's 13 years old. He attends London Nautical School and he enjoys watching Millwall and watching football in general and playing football. Teddy's favourite player is Zion Fleming and he also predicts a 2-1 win for Millwall this weekend. Then we have Henry Hills. And last but no means least is 9-year-old Henry Hills. Henry simply this is obviously a football and his favourite Millwall player is Zion Fleming. A 2-1 win for Millwall is Henry's prediction. We hope you all have a fantastic day. So a lot of 8-year-olds and a lot of 2-1 predictions there. Good stuff. Now let's actually get into it. This is a weird one. So on this website 11v11.com, the head-to-head between Millwall and Southampton, it goes so far back. It goes to 1897 in the Southern League, and it's out of order because then it goes down to when Southampton. Obviously, this is alphabetical. It goes down to Southampton St Mary's. That goes to 1894. So we're gonna ignore all the Southern League stuff, but we will look at 1921's results at home at the Den against Southampton, where we lost 1-0 in Division 3 South 2 times in the same year. In fact, the first 4 visits of one of them was in the cup, but I would say in the Football League era, shall we say. The first 4 games at home against Southampton, the first 5 actually, we didn't win. We did win. We eventually won 1-0 in 1931. But you can see, apart from 2 losses there, we're on an amazing streak in the 1930s, the 1940s and 1950s. Except 1957 we lose 2-1, but 1974 we won 4-0. We got a couple of 0-0s in there, but we got 3-0 in 1977. So it looks like Southampton were on the downers then, because they joined us in League Division 2, and we beat them. So that's, if we go back to that, so beat them quite heavily, 4-0, 3-0 and 2 0-0s. So one of them was in the League Cup. That was in 1985. So as the 70s fade away and we move into the 80s, not good. It starts a downward trend. And you can see here, if we go, let's start off counting them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games without a win at home against Southampton. A lot of them are cup games. Obviously, they were basically mainstays in the Premier League. They did come down and join us in League One, where we drew 1-1. So yeah, bizarre run of results. But hey, an 11-game streak needs to end sometime. Will it be on the 12th occasion, or will it be on the 13th or the 14th? How long is this streak gonna go? You would think, why can't it end tomorrow? I mean, well, I guess because some people say, well, we're not very good at the moment. We don't have a permanent manager, and they seem to be very good. They're fourth in the table. Well, what do Millwall do? They beat the teams at the top unexpectedly, out of nowhere, and we lose to teams at the bottom unexpectedly, out of nowhere. Would you expect a result? I mean, looking at this recent form between Millwall and Southampton at the Den, you wouldn't. So it would be unexpected if we were to win this game tomorrow. That's what we do. As Danny Shue said. So yeah, so heavy defeat in 2006 in the League Cup 4-0. But apart from that, I mean, just pretty basic results, no? 1-0 loss in the FA Cup, 1-1 in Division 1, 2-2, 2-1 defeat in the FA Cup, 1-1 in League 1, 1-1 in the FA Cup, 3-2 in the Championship. So yeah, and not only that, but the last game. So this run of results, which is pretty steady. There's a massive gap between 1989 and 2003. But it's pretty like every 2 years, 2003, 2005, 2006, 4-year gap. And then we get to 2014. That's the last time we played them at home in the League Cup. That's what was that, 9 years now? 9 years. So it is a long streak that's been going on since, 1985, but it's been 9 years since we last played them. It wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility that we could possibly win this game. Obviously, the game's being played on the 4th of November. Have we ever played them in November? And what was the result? 16th of November, 3-1 win in 1946. That game there. Now we played them on Bonfire Night, 5th of November. Remember? Well, we lost that game 1-0. That was in 1938. Any more? 17th of November. Oh, that's Southern League. We're going to ignore that. But so you can see, you get the point. It's been a long time since we've had a win against them at home. And here we go for the more recent results. As you can see, for some reason they put the club friendly in here in July, 31st of July 2007. Okay. As you can see, not only have we not been getting results, we haven't been getting goals. The last 6 games at home to Southampton, we've scored 4 goals. 4 goals. We've conceded 12. And only 3 yellow cards for us and 2 for them. That's pretty low for a 6-game streak. Now, match facts on the top right. Southampton are undefeated in the last away matches against Millwall in all competitions. There have been over 2.5 goals scored in Southampton's last 3 games. So Southampton has scored at least 2 goals in their last 3 matches against Millwall in all competitions. That includes home and away, so that's why it's not showing up there. Because the 3rd game back was a 1-1. Okay, we scroll down. We can see the table as it stands now. Southampton are 4th. Millwall are 18th. That doesn't sound too good. We are winless in the last 4 games. Draw, loss, draw. Game we did win. What was that? Oh yeah, that one. Plymouth away. That was the last win. Remember that? That was actually a pretty decent result and performance. So they have scored 24 goals. They have also conceded 25, so they have a negative goal difference despite being in 4th place. They ship a lot of goals because they do that stupid thing where they play it out from the back. And they get caught out like that very, very quickly. So we'll see who's playing tomorrow. So Mill's last 6 home games, Southampton's last. Oh, before we get to that, home and away. Home and away. Home form, obviously we know Mill's home form is dog shit with 1-2 drawn, 1 lost, 4. Scoring 7, so it's averaging a goal a game, but conceding 11. Oh dear, but how bad is Southampton's away form? Not bad at all, it's pretty decent. Okay, they've won 4, drawn 1, lost 2. Scoring 10, but conceding 12. And that will come up later on if we go down and see the last 6 games away for Southampton. A 2-2 draw at Preston, a 2-1 win at Hull, a 1-0 win at Stoke, a 2-1 loss at Middlesbrough, a 5-0 thumping away at Sunderland, and a 2-1 win over Southampton. So what can we see there? Well, they've only failed to score in a game against Sunderland, so they can score goals. They've only kept 1 clean sheet. That was against Stoke. But they have conceded 2 goals, and 5 goals. Aha! So what did Sunderland do? Can we copy that? Because I would love a 5-0 tomorrow. Now, Millwall's last 6 home games. 2-1 defeat to Blackburn. 2-2 to Hull. 3-0 defeat to Swansea. 3-0 win over Rotherham. 3-0 defeat to Leeds. And a 1-0 win over Stoke. So we can surmise from that Stoke are not very good home or away. But you can see the last 3 games at home, we've conceded 2 goals in a match, 2 goals in a match, and 3 goals in a match. The only games we've won there are games where we've kept a clean sheet. Can we keep a clean sheet tomorrow? Do we need to keep a clean sheet to win the game? Can we outscore them and win the game like Middlesbrough did, winning 2-1? Can we win 2-1? I don't know. So there you go. We scroll down. Strengths and weaknesses. So Southampton's strengths, they've got quite a few strengths there. But hey, what's this? They've got quite a lot of weaknesses as well. They can't stop opponents creating chances. They can't defend counter-attacks. They can't defend against attacks down the wings. Hello! And they can't defend against skillful players. Here's a style. Possession football, short passes, long shots, attacking down the left. So there you go. Match forecast. Southampton will score from a direct free kick, extremely likely. Southampton will dominate possession, very likely. Well, I think that's extremely likely. Mill will dominate in the air, that's likely. Okay. So let's get on to the prediction after reading all that stuff. Here we go. Prediction. Adam Barrett came within minutes of claiming his first win as Mill interim manager last weekend, but an injury time goal from Mileta Rakovic levelled the scoreline for Watford. The Lions are now winless in the last 4 championship games and have dropped to 18th in the table ahead of this tricky encounter. Southampton scored twice inside the first 22 minutes of their game against Birmingham last weekend, inflicting more misery on Wayne Rooney in a 3-1 home win. The Saints have now won 4 and drawn 2 of their last 6 league games, climbing to 4th in the table in the process. So they predict Millwall 0, Southampton 2. So not only have we got Millwall haven't won in 4, we've got Saints haven't lost in 6, we've got Millwall haven't beaten Southampton at home in 11. We've got all these streaks that are running. One of them's got to end, innit? One of them's got to end, unless it's a draw, and it just gets kicked gets kicked to the next game, and which might be in a while if they get promoted. But so there you go. Now let's move on to SkySports.com. David Pratt's predictions. What does he think will happen in tomorrow's game? Okay. Here we go. Millwall versus Southampton, Saturday, 3 p.m. Millwall are without a winning 4 and are still on the hunt for a new manager. You do wonder why they... Whoa. Gary, you need to speak to them. I thought you worked for Sky. What's going on here? They're saying they sacked you. It was a mutual departure. Please, Sky, can you correct this and get this right? Come on. He was mutually departed. He wasn't fired. When they did, without a real plan in place because their season is stalling. Southampton will hope to capitalise. They are 6 unbeaten now, and that horror run in September is well behind them. Whether they can catch the top 2 remains to be seen, but there is a long old way to go, and they just have to keep going. A away win here for me. And he predicts Millwall 1, Southampton 2. Okay, so like I said, there's a number of streaks running. What is it? 3 streaks running. One's 11 games long, one's 6 games long, and one's 4 games long. Unless it's a draw, it's gonna finish. Like I said, it wouldn't be bizarre if Millwall won this game based on what Millwall do. It wouldn't be bizarre if Millwall won this game based on what the Championship is. These kind of results happen all the time. I think you're seeing improvements under Adam Barrett, and like he said in his interview there, you saw that he didn't expressly say it, but you read between the lines. He's trying to distance himself from Gary Rowett, but he can't do it because there's certain players that have been brought in, and that's forced the formation, which Gary Rowett did. He brought players in the summer to go back to playing a formation, but he wanted to play it better with better players. How's that working out? Because you're out of a fucking job here. Didn't work out at all. Now we're stuck with players from a formation that doesn't work for us. So, is it going to be a win? Can we keep a clean sheet? Do we need to keep a clean sheet to win? It seems so far. But, like I said, streaks. Maybe that streak is due to end as well. Maybe we will win a game where both teams have scored. Both teams to score. So in that case, we'd have to win 2-1. Can we do that? We scored 2 against Hull. So why not? I don't know which way to go here with my prediction. You know what? I am going to predict Millwall 1, Southampton 1. I'm going to go 1-1. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.